Hello YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this delicious sorry I can't speak today, this delicious shrimp fried rice. So first of all I use one egg, about a half of an onion, a cup of mixed vegetables, a cup of the shrimp that's already cooked, and I bought these spring rolls that they seem to be good, so I'm going to try them out. And first things first, I use my soy sauce, my Worcestershire sauce, some sweet pepper, red, yellow, and green. I use some green onions. And first, I'm going to put in the pot. Now, so I have my wok already. It's been heated up. I'm going to add my garlic extra virgin olive oil. I love this one, as you know. This one is my favorite. So now the pot should be warm. You see it's changing color. That means it's nice and hot. Time to put in the olive oil. So I just put about a teaspoon in it and just wash it around so it just lines the pan so nothing sticks to it. And so you see it's nice and warm. You don't want the food to be too oily. So I'm going to do the egg first. So I've beat out one egg. Just beat it out. Then you spread it over the pot like so. And once it starts to cook, then you're just going to break it up like you're going to scramble it basically. You're going to do a scrambled egg with that. And then you're going to remove it. So this is how I do it. Just use that to break it apart, break it up, break it up. And once it's nice and scrambled, then you're going to remove it. I didn't add any salt or anything. I'm just going to let the flavor of the olive oil, the garlic, roasted garlic olive oil, it will flavor it, and the seasoning that I will add later, right? So this is the egg. I'm only making a small portion. If you're making a big portion, you just add double everything up, basically. If you want to have more than this, I'm only making enough for two. So I don't need a whole busload of stuff. Yeah, so double your ingredients if you're making a lot. So now I remove the eggs. I'm just going to put another teaspoon of the roasted garlic olive oil. You can use cooking oil or whatever you choose. This is just my preference. Now I'm adding my onion, green onions, and sweet peppers inside, as you see here. And I'm just going to saute them until the onion is transparent. So again, this is my green onions, white regular onions, and sweet peppers. And I just chop them up small. I just dice them basically. Just so that they can blend in with the food. Oh yeah, so I did just a half of a small onion and I diced it up, and just one of the green onions. And I'm gonna put about a 2/3 of a cup of the mixed vegetables. Again, I'm making a small portion. I'm not making a lot. If you're making it for a bigger family, you just double everything to have what you want. So I'm just adding my Maggi all-purpose seasoning, and this is about 1 teaspoon of it I put over it, or just 4 shakes. So yeah, just put it over just to flavor it. Really, I'm just flavoring it to my taste. If you feel like you need more seasoning on there, you can go ahead and do that. So it's a frozen vegetable. I had it out of the fridge just a few minutes before I started cooking, so the ice would come out of it, so it wouldn't be frozen when I'm doing it. So as you see here, I'm just waiting for the onions to be transparent. Then I'm gonna add the cup of the cooked shrimp because they're already cooked, so that's why I waited till I did the vegetables and all this. Then I add it, and I'm just gonna have it. Basically, you're warming up the shrimp because it's already cooked, and you don't want to overcook it because then it gets really rubbery, and you would not want that. It's going to be very unpleasant. So after I do that, I'm going to add the fish seasoning. So that's Maggi fish seasoning because that is basically seafood. So I add just about a half a teaspoon of the fish seasoning onto the shrimp. right? And then I just saute it, give it a second to cook, and you just keep mixing it around, making sure everything gets covered. Now I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce inside, and I'm just gonna mix it up, and I'm gonna add a tablespoon of the soy sauce, as you see there. So just a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce, right? Just to give it a little color and a little flavor. Because I personally don't like my food greasy, and I don't like it to be salty. And soy sauce is basically it's liquid salt, honestly. So you don't want to have too much of that. You don't have to add salt to this, but if you want to, you could. But personally, I wouldn't add salt because it's already salted. So I had rice that I had about a 2 cup, or no, I had a cup of rice left over from yesterday. I had a cup and 2/3 or a cup and a third of rice, and I'm just gonna use my hands to break it apart. So I damp my hand with some water and I break the rice apart, and I have it in a bowl waiting. So after this is cooked, as you see, it's coming together. Perfect, perfect how I want it to be. Just make sure all those shrimps are, warmed up nicely. And this is, as I said, you're working mom, you come home. This is 20 minutes. So I washed some chicken wings and I tossed them in the oven, and I'm gonna have it with this. So all I'm doing here is I'm gonna put some black pepper on for flavor, just a pinch really, not too much black pepper. The teaspoon, I'd say just a third of it inside. You don't need much, it's just to flavor it. I'm not using any hot peppers. As you know, my daughter does not like peppers, so I'm not going to be, and I add it afterwards. So then there's about a cup and a third of the rice that I had over from yesterday. So all you do now is just add it in, and make sure you break it apart, because once the rice is there from the day before, it kind of gets a little lumpy. So I use my finger to separate some, and once I pour it in a pot, because the plate is shaped back like the bowl that you had it in, so I'm just separating the rice grains, as you see here, mix it in. So basically you're warming this up, right? It's already done. You don't have to add any more oil unless you choose to. You really don't need anything else. You see it's nice and brown. You can add a little more soy sauce if you want to, if you want it to be darker, but yeah, this is how I personally like it. And you just have the stove on medium, and you just keep playing around with this until it's all warmed up and everything is covered and nicely heated, like so. And it's a little too light colored for me, so I just had just a few drops of the soy sauce again to it, so it gets the color I want. Right, so just a pinch more of the soy sauce, and again, you do it to your taste buds, to how you like it. That's what you're going to do. Now I'm adding the eggs in. Now it's all pretty much almost done. So I'm just gonna, this took me 20 minutes tops. So I'm just putting the egg in. I'm just gonna incorporate it in, as you see there. Just blend it in nicely, everything nice and even. And it was just the right amount of egg, just the right amount of everything that I needed. For the Wong's spring rolls, or veggie rolls, I tossed them in my deep fryer. I fried them for about 5 minutes, and I took it out because it fries it really fast. So I put about 4 inside, and I fried it because my daughter needed to and I needed to. So we had that. It's only cabbage and veggies in the middle of the spring roll. So the chicken wings, I tossed it in. I'll show you how I do that another day. And here you go. A nice Chinese dinner. And you didn't have to spend a fortune, right? Just with leftover things you had in your fridge, your refrigerator, and here you go. Doesn't that look wonderful? It tasted amazing. See the shrimps there? You can see them nice and cooked, but not too much, so it's not going to be rubbery. I had a blast eating this. Let me know how you feel. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe. Bye.